going on
What is...
YouTube?
You beat me to it. What's going on YouTube? Welcome to RHPD Scheme Scene, the first one of the season. I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah. It means cars are on track, baby, coming up very, very soon. Although technically, the trucks and Xfinity did do their organizational test at Rockingham.
That they did.
Also, the new Tubi channel is officially on as of today.
Yeah,
well, yesterday, if you're watching this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't got to watch any of it, but that will probably change. Sorry, guys. Trying to put my fan up.
But let's get to the show of what you guys came here for. Let's hit that intro and then start getting some fun stuff done for you.
Let's do it.
All right, so first things first, before we actually flip to that, we're sitting at 109 subscribers right now, so make sure if you want to see future paint schemes that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can catch them every week that we put them out, because that's 37 more weeks of the season that we get to put paint schemes out for.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to this one. This is the first scheme scene of this season. We last episode, so Monday, we hit our what was it, our 100th episode? So
was it our 100th already?
Year mark. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Our year mark.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We've been doing this for a year. I think this is our 48th episode. I was looking back through the notes. 48th episode.
Somewhere around there. I'll have to count too. Because we did miss like a week in there once or twice because of me and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Well, I'm just going by like the number that was in the file of notes. And I'm pretty sure it was either 40. Last week it was either 44 or 46. I can't remember. And then we did one Monday, which we didn't even count scheme scenes. So.
No, because that's not technically a live episode. So.
True, but I think Monday was either our 45th or our 47th, something like that. We're in the 40s.
Where our loyal viewers at, they can give us a count. Give y'all some homework. Another good thing that's back. Only got two. Besides him, we only got 2 weeks until Daytona 500.
Yes, sir.
And you know what that means?
The season's back.
Need to go ahead and get into our fantasy league.
That's right.
So you can get to the start of it and actually put some pressure on Trash Can there.
Right.
NASCAR.com. Make sure you put in
Raise Hale. She will be victorious this year.
Okay, that worked out well for her last year. Raise Hale, Praise Dale podcast.
In the middle of the season, so
excuses.
Raise
Hale, Praise Dale podcast. Don't be like Haley. You go ahead and join now. It's HALE, and make sure podcast is on the end. If you don't have podcast on the end, it is not our group. And there is a password to get into it. It's all lowercase RHPD 2024. Hop on in there and steal that 164th from Lionel from Trash Can, because it seems like he's the one that's going to get it.
Right.
But without further ado, let's get to the stuff you guys came for. Ready for this?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Need to get a stinger for scheme scene.
I'll work on it. Well, I'll work on a slide. I don't know about a stinger. I'm not as talented as you are.
Well, we're going to start off strong with a new Trackhouse scheme.
Let's see.
Mr. Ross Chastain. Check that joker out right there.
Oh, okay. Go. I'm busy. Sorry, guys. My kids are driving me nuts right now. Look at that beautiful, beautiful scheme. So, age before beauty. I'm going to let you start this year off first.
Well, first off, If you notice something new down there at the bottom, we got lifetime stats of the driver that's going to be up. That's not just last season. That's all of their cup starts. Unless they haven't had cup starts, then it's a different series.
Xfinity or series. Yeah,
or trucks or whatever. Yeah.
Whatever you want to call her.
It's Mr. Ross Chastain coming in with a Trackhouse branded car. We'll see something very similar to this later on. Usually cars pulling off this whole yellow, like hazard yellowness going on. It doesn't really work out too well, but I like the designs they got in the gray area. If you notice something new, covered this a couple episodes ago, but look, they got some sponsorship on that A post there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it just says Trackhouse, but still.
It is definitely a new place.
I think this one will look better on track than what it does here.
I
just
agree.
For the mere fact of that, I'm going to give it 4 lugs.
I was going to give it 4 lugs, so I will agree with you. I think it's going to look really good against the track. I definitely think it's going to be a contender. Hopefully we see aggressive Ross Chastain this season. I kind of missed him last season, not going to lie.
Well, so they're not going to let him wall ride soon.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest, 2023, 22, and 21 Chastain was a whole different animal than whatever they gave us last season.
True. Very true. So, you notice anything different about the orientation of our lug ratings?
Yes, sir. It goes down by our cameras. Hang on, let me actually decide where it's at instead of right underneath it. As far as
trying to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
No, got their names in the middle of us. Obviously, our logo on the bottom left, and then their team logo on the bottom right.
That, and I like the little bit of info that you get just by looking at their like lifetime stats.
Yes, sir.
Top tier. Also, guys, if I cut out for any reason, it's probably the weather. It's storming decently here. So
let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving on forward. Go to Mr. Austin Cindric.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a boring car.
I do like the other Freightliner car better, but this is their 2025 reveal.
I mean, I'm gonna give them a little bonus points because they have stuff going on like in the color. I don't know how to describe it because it's like a blue that gradients to black, and they have different shapes and lines and stuff in it. But I'm honestly only gonna give this one I want to give it a 2, but I'm gonna give it a 3 just because it does have stuff going on.
Ignore my children getting loud in the background while I'm recording. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm worried about the same thing.
Like they come home and like immediately start yelling when they get in the door. But you know what? That's how we roll around here.
That's right. Yeah, we got thunder and stuff going on and all that, and somebody has ripped down the curtain in their room.
Not good. You give this one a 3. I mean, I do like that there's patterns.
The only reason it's a 3 is because they added different things to it inside the paint. That is literally the only reason.
I do like that there's patterns in the scheme there, but I still say it's kind of boring, so I'm going to give it a 2.
That's fair.
And I forgot to put his stats up there. So something new I'm doing, so I got to program it a little bit better. But we're going to get there. So that's what we got for that one. Now we get to move on forward to Mr. Austin.
Go to Grandpa's favorite. Let's go. It's your turn to go first. I about overshot you by.
Well, I know what you want to give it. I'm gonna give it a. Put the stats up there first. I'm gonna give it a 4. Only because I know something in the future that's coming up that is just a tad bit better than this.
I was thinking literally the same thing that you just said. I was going to give it a 5 because it is a nice looking scheme, but I know something better coming up. So I will stick with your 4. Now, granted, does this scheme, and I'm going to say this and stay with me for a second, okay? I'm going to explain why. Does this scheme scream like NASCAR? Yes. Not because of the driver, but because of the iconic number 3, the camo with the redneck brand. I think this car is like the most like, hell yeah, brother, it's NASCAR car that we have right now. Right now.
I can agree with you for sure.
But that's just my thoughts. Now moving on to Noah Gragson in the number 4. Oh, are you proud of me? Are you proud of me?
You did say it right.
I will give this one a 4 lug.
You gonna keep this another 4?
It's a very high 4. That's all I'm going to say. I would love to see more orange on this car.
I would love
The
to
only
see
thing-
more orange too. I do
That's the
feel
only
like
thing that I would change on this car. That's it. Just put a little bit more orange. Other
I
than
can see
that,
that.
it's a great car. I would definitely get this diecast.
Yeah.
I guess we
Now,
should have.
what they
You
should
know
have
what we should
done
have?
is changed up and switched the black and the orange.
100%. I would like it. I think like that. Either that or like, man, or add like at least another orange line going through the black. No,
Well, I'm gonna
we
bump
know
this
we
one
should have
down
done. Well,
to
we
a
didn't
3.
even talk about this since we have a lot of new viewers. We should have kind of explained how we do this.
Well, we should have probably.
We're already this far in.
My daughter act like she doesn't even watch our podcast. Is over here asking as we're doing it. Are we rating schemes?
I never knew y'all
I
actually.
love you. My wife asked me.
That means you
why
don't
y'all just
rate
restart?
or
I'm like,
watch our
because we were-
podcast.
Yeah, my wife asked if we just wanted to restart and then do it, and I'm like, no.
Yes,
Do you
we
know
do.
why we? Do you know why we do 5 lug nuts? I wasn't asking you. I was asking
The
Skylar.
old NASCAR tires prior to last season, the wheels had 5 lugs. Keep them on.
See you in the morning.
We chose 5.
Hey, here you go.
Well, now it's just
For the next time.
we can't rate it 1 or nothing. We ain't doing that.
Which is the first.
I don't have anything available for you to take numbers.
2024.
You ready for a
Okay.
brand new scheme?
Yeah, sorry.
We're gonna
History
go
lesson.
to Mr. Kyle Larson.
Cup's the only one that does it.
Not
Man,
even
I
do
hate
it all.
this game. Whose turn is it? Is it yours?
Yeah, I already gave it a 2.
Yeah, I'll keep it a 2 lug, I guess.
Give it to him in bed.
It's
It
very
is basic, and it's the exact same scheme that he used it last time.
This is
Interesting
literally
number there for
every
Mr.
scheme that Hendrick has, like in any of the series. This is the scheme that they run.
Right.
Like he's got one person in every series, including Arca, that runs this scheme. I'm pretty
Notice one
sure
thing
he
about
has
his
dirt
starts
track.
is it's got 365 starts. It's kind of a nice number.
One for each year, or one for each day in a year. Oh my lord, dude!
Yeah, 1 for each year. He's been around 365 years.
He better be a lot more skilled than he is now. Then
All right, moving forward to Mr. Brad Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski. It's his Build Submarines car. Literally the same, almost the same. There might be some minor
It's the
changes.
exact same.
Oh, okay, there you go. 2 lugs. I'm tired of seeing it.
I think it's. But
I'm gonna keep it at 2
at least
because I like that they got some multicolor stuff going on.
Yeah, that's
That's about
really
all it's
like
got going for it.
that's what I was gonna say. That's about all it's got going for it because it's kind of a basic scheme, and we've seen it so many times last season. It's just kind of old by now.
All right. Let's see if you remember who drives the number 7 this season.
Brandon Bellotti. Oh.
What?
Mine.
I
Son
don't.
being
I don't know.
a complete dummy.
I don't off the top of my head.
Y'all really hear him already, and y'all over here chit chatting in my ear.
Can I have sandwich?
Yeah, I don't off the top of my head.
So shameful.
I know.
Justin Haley.
Oh, okay. With his 4 car.
Is it my turn? I think.
Yep.
Pump the stats up there real quick. Actually, I'm gonna turn this one over to my daughter and let her rate this one.
Much. But I
She's giving it a 3, but she's
2.5.
saying there's too much
Okay.
black.
Okay, so here, let me take a second before I give my answer and explain the lugs, okay? One lug is a terrible scheme, one of the worst you've seen ever. 2 is it's a mediocre scheme. You've either seen it too many times or it's just
Okay.
not that. It's very basic. 3 is an average scheme. You know, you like it's okay. It's not the best. 4 is it's good enough that you will buy a die cast of it. And 5 is I've already got it pre-ordered and it is beautiful. That's your rundown of your lugs.
I haven't seen other cars, and once I've been here for rating 2.
He might be able to hear you, but the stream's not gonna be able to hear you over there. Yeah, so she says she hasn't seen it before, which technically we have seen it before, just not on this particular number.
That is true. I think it was on the 77 when we seen it. Right?
Yeah. I think that one and maybe the 51 at one point.
Possibly. I remember this scheme. I'm going to give it a 3 lug just because we don't see it very often. It's okay. It's mediocre. It's okay.
Yeah.
Almost a 2.
I can agree with that. Yeah, we got to pick up the pace here. It's going to be a long...
Let's do it. I know it's going to be a long...
Mr. Cowbush. His
His
normal
zone
zone
car.
scheme, which, I mean, I like the bright green. That's the only thing keeping this thing alive. I think it's your turn to go first, so I'm not going to say when we give it yet, but...
I'm going to give it 3 just because it's the same scheme we kind of seen. It's got the green going for it, so it kind of bumps it up in my eyes. Other than that, it's a zone car.
The green is the only thing that is keeping it at a 3 for me as well. That's what we're going to keep it at.
Not
Enough
gonna
said about that one.
lie, I miss Rowdy's M&Ms. That I really do.
Yeah. Well, like you said on the podcast Monday, maybe the rumors will come true and we'll at least see one race with them.
I hope so. But instead of Rowdy's, it might be SVGs. Wow, it's a brand new scheme we've never seen before. This is immediately.
Technically, it is, because on the hood they don't have the yellow Napa scheme, it's a blue Napa scheme.
Wow, that makes it even more bland. 2 lugs, and I'm being very generous.
And you're skipping me, but that's okay because I was going to give it 2 as well.
All right, see, I could read your mind. I already knew.
I need to remember to put the stats up there. That's one thing I keep forgetting to do. I need to program it to where it automatically does it. What I really need to do. But anywho's, enough said about him. Let's see if you can remember who is in the number 10 now.
Oh, no. Number 10. It's not Barry, is it? Did they switch? Ty Dillon. It's the other favorite grandson, but not racing for grandpa.
Yeah, so since you skipped me last one, I'm going to go first this time around.
Good.
I mean, it's got some coolness going to it, but not really. Kind of like just.
I guess my biggest
lines.
question is, I can't really tell from the picture, but is like the darker red, like a metallic, or is it just a dark red?
You talking about the numbers?
No. I'm talking about like where it says seafood to love and got the lines and stuff.
Oh, that I'm not sure of, but it looks like the numbers might be metallic. I'm gonna give it a 2.
Man, I want to like this car. I really do. But in my mind, I can't get past how ugly those stripes are. It's like very asymmetric. I don't really care for it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if that red is metallic, because I don't think that would throw off the entire car. I don't think it would look very good. I'm gonna give it a 2. I really want to give it a 1 because it's kind of an ugly car, honestly. But I like seeing that Grizzly logo on the back of it. So
Well, that's because we revealed a Grizzly scheme on Monday.
that he should be running that scheme instead of this one. But
Oh, it's the Clash. So I mean,
yeah,
all right. I'm pretty sure you can remember who drives the 11, huh?
Cucumber Cowboy. Who could forget? This is the. Oh, is it my turn or yours? It's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the almost identical to the scheme that he won the Clash in last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid scheme. It's getting kind of tiresome seeing it, but not quite. I mean, it's very, very basic, but it also looks really good. I mean, this scheme, as much as I don't like Denny Hamlin, I like some of the schemes, and this is definitely one of them. I'm going to go with... Where do I want to put this thing? I'm going to go 4, just because I would buy this diecast. It's a very low 4. I will give it that. It's like teetering. But the simplicity really kind of works. I love the red to black gradient that's on it. I just wish there'd be a little bit more in the white. That's the only thing that I wish.
Well, the good news about this is that we don't have to see it in purple and such because FedEx is no longer part of the team.
No, but Saya is.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to go with this paint scheme.
No, I don't think so either.
With that being said, I'm not as fond of this paint scheme. I'm knocking it all the way down to a 2. And
Okay.
that's being generous. I keep forgetting about the stats. It's the
I
exact
got you.
same scheme that we've seen last season for FedEx and for Sport Clips.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of bored of it.
I got you.
So next up, Brian Blaney.
I was about to say, don't forget stats.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. 2, because it's the same exact scheme that we always see with
No,
Menards.
it's not. This one doesn't have a blue hood. Yeah, I agree too.
Easy peasy. Enough said about that one.
Who, Nick?
All right. Can you guess who drives the 15? Or who will be driving the 15?
The 15? No.
It's not a full-time driver.
No.
Tim
So I
Brown.
don't want to sound. Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
He's got
And can I
one
just
whole
say,
truck start.
I hate this scheme.
Really?
I dislike this scheme so much. I don't know why. I just I look at it, I'm like, I would not own this diecast, honestly. I mean, I'm not saying it's a terrible scheme. It's just not. I'm gonna give it 2 lugs. I don't like this scheme.
Yeah, well, I wasn't saying it was a brilliant scheme, but it's not a. I wouldn't get a diecast either because I don't know who the heck Tim Brown is. Apparently he was good in late models, but that's about it. I'm gonna go with 3. And that's only because of the slight
orange?
varnish going on. It's
The traffic control safety service orange?
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot cooler if they just had reflective like strips around the car where it looked like a traffic cone instead of this orange, blue, white mess going on. Like, I don't know. It might just be me. Like, I think it'd be a lot better if they would have just left the bottom orange and like took like a black up top or even the blue. They would have went with just the blue up top. I think it would have looked a little bit better. I don't know. It's just something about like the orange on the top and bottom with the blue border. It just doesn't look good to me.
Well, if they would have just left it blue on top, I would have said there wasn't enough orange. So I disagree with you.
Change the orange, like make it a bright orange or something. Then we might be talking.
I can go with like a safety vest orange. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like this off orange. I don't even know what dull color.
Who you got in the 16?
The 16. Oh man, you were putting me to the test tonight, and I already
Yeah.
told you guys in the episode that these numbers are gonna kill me. This is who I thought it was, okay? And I hate the scheme. I like the color, but I hate the little dude in the back. I don't like care for that dude.
Yeah. Well, it's the same scheme we saw last year, but it is
Yep, it's
orange.
your-
Just for the mere fact that it's orange, it's sticking at a 3. That's all I got for it.
I think it would have been a lot better if they would have left that green and whatever dude off. But I think that's the Campers Inn mascot, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I understand why they did it, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna give it a 3. I mean, that's the only part that I'm like, I don't like that look. But it's for a sponsor, so I kind of get it.
All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Move on forward to Mr. Chris Busher. First
I didn't know he
Kroger
was the new
scheme.
Melon Man.
Technically a Kroger scheme. Got Kroger on the hood.
What is
But,
up with the front of the car?
What do you mean?
The graphic looks weird.
It's probably because when I did the remove background, it might have took the hood off because it was white.
Oh, okay. That's what happened. Yeah, I was like, what in the world? So the hood's white.
With the Kroger logo on it.
It's not a bad scheme then. I'll give it a 3, Lug. I mean, it's pretty average.
I kind of like how they stuck to the RFK scheme deal with the swoops on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you got it looks like foil number, which helps out. I actually like this. I'm gonna bump it up to a 4.
My phone goes.
Yeah, just because of that side design. I think it looks pretty.
Yeah. Doesn't look bad.
All right, moving forward to Mr. Chase Briscoe and his team that we'll see every week.
I do like this scheme. It's one of my favorites. Whose turn is it?
It is mine, and I'm gonna give this one a 4 because it's like Martin Truex Jr. But it has more orange in it, so I like it.
I'm with you on that one. I like the scheme.
What are you gonna give it?
4.
Down with it. Moving forward to somebody that you might actually know the number that they drive in.
I do know this number. I also knew Chase Briscoe, to be perfectly honest. Stats. There you go.
You got to remind me about his stats, huh?
Well, yeah. I got to show them off every now and then. I love Mobile One schemes. This one's so nice. I wish the Ream scheme would take notes.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to.
I don't think so either. It's stupid. Anyway, I love this scheme. I'm gonna give it a 4 lug. And surprisingly, I don't have this scheme.
Well, that's because it's a brand new one for 2025.
I don't have any of his Mobile One schemes.
Well, what a bum. I'm
I
going to
know.
agree with you on this one. I'm going to keep it at a 4. I do like the way that they kind of changed up the black and red on this one. Not the boring Mobile One scheme that they had last season. I'll take it. All right. Who you got in the 21, sir?
The 21. You mean who the heck is in the 21? Why am I blanking so bad? Josh Beer. Okay, duh. And his very plain red motorcraft car,
He's just trying to match our graphic.
right?
Um,
It
I
has
found
nothing
out
about a throwback.
it was one of the Wood family that was standing next to that car. Revealed this. I think it was Glenwood. Not mistaken. Way back in
No,
the day.
I think it was Maple.
Need one of those drum rolled things for the jokes.
Oh, you mean like this?
That one. But apparently you like this game a whole lot because, like my daughter said, you're matching it. So
It's your turn.
it is plain red, but it does throwback. And I mean, it's Wood Brothers. Are they really going to do anything different?
That's fair.
I'm going to give it a 2.
That's exact. I'm gonna go 2 as well because it's very plain. I mean, I get it is a throwback to when like they had to physically paint the car.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason it's a 2. I mean, honestly, I could have found 100 different ways to show besides just painting the car red and be like, oh look, it's like your car. You pictures of said car and memories throughout your 75 years, which I'm not saying they're not going to eventually. Kind of like Penske did with their 50 year.
Yeah.
Or was it Penske or was it Pennzoil? One of the Joey Logano ran it, but
I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was just Pennzoil. Speaking of Joey Logano.
oh my god, he changed up slightly. I'm gonna give this one, it's gonna surprise you, a 3 love. Because it is a slight change from what he ran all, I'm sure. Or like, the 50th time that we see it, I'm gonna get very tired of it. Because I already am kind of tired of the Shell Pennzoil
Well, you're going to see it a
all yellow
bunch.
car. Yeah, 100%.
I do agree that it's
But-
better than last season. I'll keep it at your 3. But that's all I got to say about him.
That's all I got to say about that.
Moving forward to Mr. Bubbles.
Bubbles. It's your turn.
It's white. It's got a little bit of purple. It's got some super, almost transparent purple circles going on in it.
It's a purple polka dot car.
I'm going to give it a 2. Because it's not completely ugly, but it is rather boring.
I'm going to agree with your 2. I do like this car. I'd probably buy it, honestly, just because. But for like fairness sake, there's not a lot going on.
There's not anything going on.
Anything, yeah. Well, I mean, I was counting like the little slight purple polka dots.
Yeah, but they're just from, it looks like they're just from the back side of the number to the back wheel well.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason I'm.
No.
You know what I just noticed on like these graphics? Did you notice that they have like doors that look like they might open?
I have not noticed that, no. Now
Like
that you
they have
mention
the
it, though.
lines for the door to open.
Okay.
Like the door panel.
Maybe they do. I doubt it. But
I don't think so. I think this is just for the graphics. I just noticed it. Now it's driving me nuts.
All right. Moving forward to Mr. William Byron.
Wow. It's the Liberty University car.
The only
We've
thing
seen
that
it.
keeping this at a 3 is the bringing it back to
Gordon,
Jeff
that he
Gordon.
always does. I agree. 3 it is.
Down with that. Enough said about that one. Who you got in the 34?
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's who I was trying to think of his last name, honestly.
I'm just trying to test you, you know?
It's not working. I was trying to think of his last name. I was like, it's Todd. And then for some reason, like, this is not even a joke. My brain was like, Bodine. It was Bodine. I'm like, I know it's not.
No, definitely not him.
Like, I knew his first name. I was trying to think about it, and I was like, this is the same Long John Silver's car that McDowell was in.
Technically, McDowell and Gilliland both ran this last season.
Well, I think of McDowell because I think McDowell ran it in Texas because I've got pictures of this car where we were at Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, same scheme. I'll give it a... Man, I kind of want to give it a 2 lug just because, I mean, there's not really a whole lot going on, but it does look so good on track. I'm not going to lie. So I think I'm going to give it a 3, like especially with the foil numbers. But it's like teetering. It's almost a 2.
Yeah, I'll keep it at a 3 just because I'm not tired of seeing it yet because they don't run it very often. But
Yeah. I wish like there was something going on, like put some like darker blue fish in the blue or even the yellow or something. You know what I mean?
No. All right.
But
moving on to the 35.
Wow, it's a monster car. Guess what colors it is?
Deluxe.
Yeah, I'll keep it at 2. This one has a little bit more green on it than the others, so
Yeah, that's the reason why it's a 2 instead of a 1.
yeah.
And,
What are you doing?
I forgot to put
Are you making wishes over there?
forgot to put his stats up. Not that he has a bunch of them, but yeah. Got 8 cup starts for the only 2 top 10s.
Your daughter's over here throwing out wishes. I don't know what she's doing.
I
She
don't know
said,
what. The more you know.
The
Moving on
reading
to
rain.
the 38. Who you got in the 38?
McDowell? No, not McDowell. Who is in the 38?
Yeah, McDowell stayed on front row and just moved from the 34 to the 38.
Who the heck is it now? Oh my lord, dude. Yeah, because this is the one I said that looked straight up like Todd Bodine's Tabasco car.
Yeah.
Oh, why can I not remember people to save my life? This is ridiculous.
As you were talking about here.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. Whose turn is it? Mine or yours?
Is it my turn?
I think so.
All right, I'll give it 3. It's got some fancy little designs that it almost looks like super stretched out flames in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it at 3.
Yeah, I'll keep it at a 3 just because it does have stuff going on. It looked like the colors match nice. You know what I mean? So, I mean, nothing fancy. It's just pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving forward to the next one.
See, I knew this one. I wish he would have kept the 00 though.
I kind of wish you would have too. Now you got the 41 and Xfinity Series too. So
Yeah,
00 and the 41.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of tired of these Haas schemes. I mean, they're all basically the same. I'll give it 3 lugs, but seeing all of Stuart Haas last year racing these. I mean, you can only move around certain things so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's slightly different. I'll give them that, but
The new number
it's
font.
still. I mean, that's really the only thing saving it. It's got a new number font, which I kind of hate seeing like this, like saying like stuff like this, because I do like Cole Custer. He was a good racer, and I don't know, just
Guess he's not anymore.
he is. He
I'm gonna
might
give
be.
it
I don't
3
know.
as
We'll
well.
see.
There with you.
It's definitely not a Cole Custard.
No. But we don't know. Still can be happening.
I hope so.
Next up.
Who next? Ooh, the classic Dollar General.
Feels like they're bringing it back. And yeah, the graphic got messed up on here because if you look above the door there's like a gap missing. That's also just white. It looks like Olipop is still around. Obviously,
Yeah.
Pie Barker, Fire and Safety still around.
You're up.
I'm not tired of seeing this Dollar Tree scheme yet. I think this is the best Dollar Tree scheme that they come out with, so I'm gonna keep it at a 3.
Definitely better than that Dollar Tree Family Dollar scheme that they come out with. That was like green and orange and gross.
Yeah. That was a 0.
Yeah.
If we could give a 0.
I'll keep it at your 3. I mean, like you said, this is the best Dollar Tree. Granted, I think they could do a whole lot better. But I mean, it checks pretty much all the boxes. It looks like a race car. It's got old school race car vibes, like the stripe down the bottom, and even this year's font, like for their numbers, looks old school. Kind of gives me some of them old
Even
school
sounds
vibes.
like a race car.
What is it? This is that's the kind of race car that tells you to turn right to go left. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of ugly schemes, I'm just kidding. I actually kind of like the scheme.
Glad somebody does.
I said kinda. I didn't say it was my favorite. Man, can we get the Air Force back? That's all I want. Because we had some pretty cool schemes in the 43 with the Air Force.
I think that's stuck over on 2311.
Yeah. Stupid.
What you giving it, helmet?
Let's get the Army. I'd be okay with an Army scheme.
Me too.
I'm gonna give this one a 2 lug. It's not my favorite, but it's okay.
Hopefully they change this one up. I think this one is absolutely right next to that Family Dollar Tree scheme, so I'm giving it a 1.
Fair.
Enough said about him. Hopefully he
And I
doesn't.
didn't realize that Eric Jones had 90 top 10s.
Insane.
I like their unbannable that got banned.
Right.
Hilarious. Which I read a thing that it wasn't exactly what we thought it was. It was not just for NASCAR.
It was more for the shoe.
Yeah, it was more for the 85 1985 when they were trying to ban the shoes from being used in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's where it was more about.
I feel like they could have done more.
I agree.
On plane, but it's not terrible. So I'm gonna give it a 2.
I'll give it a 3. Just because I think it was hilarious that they were like, you know what, we're fighting NASCAR. We'll slap an unbannable logo and say it's NASCAR or it's, basketball shoes.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that's part of the reason why it got reversed.
Yeah. They won an extra lug just for the sheer balls of Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan.
Moving forward to Mr. Ricky Spinout Jr.
Mississippi native in the Sunny D car. Don't forget to show his stats so we can see how great of a race car driver he is. I almost said JTG Racing, which I
Nope.
because they changed. It's Yak Racing. Yak Racing.
It's a Sunny D scheme. We saw it last season, but it's Sunny D,
It is
so
a-
it's beautiful.
I was about to say, but it is a Sunny D scheme.
I'm giving this one 4. I don't think it
I
was
hate
my
to do
turn, but I don't care.
It was your turn. I hate to do this to you,
Quitting
but
the
I'm
show.
gonna give. No, you guys are the only friends I have. If I quit the show, my wife would be happy, but I would be lonely. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it at a 4. I think this show has a soft spot for Sunny D schemes
Sunny D is
because
delicious.
I'm pretty sure we gave when we revealed Josh Berry's. Pretty sure we gave his either a 4 or a 5. So
All right. Slightly new scheme coming up.
a slightly new one. It's less chaotic than it usually is. I'll give it that.
I'm gonna
I
have to
kinda
change
like
his
the-
number color there on that graphic.
Oh man, at least get an outline version of it or something. I'm gonna say I like the, and this is probably gonna sound stupid, but I like the '70s vibe that I'm getting off of this. Like,
I could
I'm
see
not
that.
gonna lie, that purple and pink line gives me like Starsky and Hutch vibes. I'm gonna give this one a 4 look. I like this car.
All right. I kind of like last season's a little bit better than this one, but I am tired of seeing last season's.
Now, if they were in Nashville scheme, I'd be okay with that one. Nashville scheme.
I'm gonna stick it at a 3. Just because I feel like they could have done a little bit more, but it's also like simple and nice.
Yeah. Ugh.
All right, next up,
It's a white and black with a little hint of orange. I will say, in my opinion, this scheme looks better on the. You didn't see that video with, so you should check it out. The mod car looks a lot cooler with the scheme because
I agree.
this scheme right here, honestly, on a cup car just looks like a black and white race car. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the 50. I can't really tell if that's camo in the 50 or if it's just
It does look like
grainy.
there's some kind of like smoke or
Like
something going on in it.
something. Yeah. That's the only thing that's really going to push this up to a 4 lug. Otherwise, I was just going to give it a
I'm
and the only reason that high is because it's a non-cup guy racing in a cup race. That's the only reason.
he may have won a couple times at this track, but
Oh, only a couple. Yeah.
I'll
Like
I'll,
a 10-time
put it at
champion,
a
I think
3.
is what he said.
I feel like they could have altered, like they could have paid homage to his car,
Yeah.
but like manipulated it a little bit to look better on the cup car.
I agree because that's literally what they did. If you guys didn't see the video, they took his scheme that he usually runs on his car and just threw it on this one.
Yeah.
And I agree with Voodoo. I think they could have changed it a little bit more. So
Wow. Who you got in the 51?
whoever's driving the 51, obviously.
What a boring person you.
It's Cody Ware. Duh, I said that. I like. Okay, is it my turn or yours? It's yours.
I think you
Yeah.
did the last one, didn't you? First.
Yeah, because yep.
I like the fact that they're kind of reaching out to California right now because all the wildfires. So that does give them a little bit of a boost. But I feel like they could have done something better, kind of like they did last season. Didn't they have like trees
They
and
had like
flames
the
and stuff on it?
fire. They had trees on fire and stuff.
So
Last
for that reason, I'm going to keep it at a 3.
Man, I'm gonna agree with your 3, but contradictory to what you just said, I'd like this scheme better than I like last year's, because last year's was just a blue car with like the semi-realistic trees with like the really like clip RD fire.
Yeah.
And I remember
I
having
do
a
remember
problem
that.
with that. It was so ugly to me. I couldn't stand looking at it. This makes it a whole lot better. You've got the white, the red, the blue, and it kind of plays off of each other. It's got like a common like scheme. You know what I mean, you still got the somewhat realistic trees with the clip art fire, but it's not like all over the car.
Yeah.
It's just a personal preference. That and the hood of this car has a big like Red Cross because it's partially sponsored by the Red Cross. It looks great. Personally, I would have dropped the blue and just ran like the white with like a red line and then like followed it up with black or like even just like gradient into red and then put the mighty firebreakers. That's just me. But it looks decent. So
Moving on to a scheme that you'll love.
wow, it's a monster scheme, but this one doesn't have a green line.
Yeah. That being
One
said,
lug. One lug. That's all he gets.
I agree wholeheartedly. That's all you get, homie. This is all you get. Enough said about
Cannot
him.
have your pudding if you don't eat any meat. And there is no meat on this car.
Got a new number coming up next.
We do. I know we say this over and over, and I know it's your turn, but I'm not going to give my rating yet. I'm just saying that 60 fills up the car so much better than the 6. Ooh, happy.
I agree. I do kind of like what they did with this one. It almost like they could have done better, but like if you look, the fast and all thing, they kind of like boxed out the fast and all, and the Goodyear above that front tire well, they kind of like wrapped around it. So it looks like they tried to show off
Some of their schemes a little better,
yeah.
or some of their sponsors.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna go with a 3. It's not terrible, but
I'm gonna agree with your 3, and I'm glad they're kind of switching up their normal scheme because I mean, let's be honest, I'm getting tired of seeing RFK schemes. I know it's kind of their thing,
yeah,
but at the same time, like I like seeing a little change every now and then. Like you can keep your little swooshes at the bottom, just make sure like everything around the swoosh the same thing all the time. So I don't know. I like this scheme. I also like the white ring around the gas thing instead of the green one.
yeah. And I haven't been paying that much attention to that, but not having
There's been
that
a few
green
cars with
around
green,
it
but
required anymore is kind of
yeah.
need to pay more attention to that. I'm just kind of used to seeing it, you know.
Yeah. There's been a few green ones, but I think if they incorporate like more of the scheme around it, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like this scheme. Garage 66, the Veterans Ranch scheme.
Yeah. The only thing that would have made this better if Team Amerivet ran this instead.
I agree. And well, I would also say that it would be a little better if they dropped the red and white up top and just left it on the bottom, and then like ran just like a white top. That, and just in my opinion. I mean, it's still a nice car. I'm still gonna give it a 4 lug because I would buy this diecast.
I'm gonna keep it at a 4 with you. It does get me. I got to go check out and see what the Veterans Ranch is, because I haven't heard of it before this scheme. So
if I remember right, it's a if it's what I'm thinking, the same one. One of the president's son, or no, I'm sorry, I remember now. General Patton from World War II, his grandson. So you know his son was in Vietnam. Corporal Patton, which was General Patton's son, had a son named Ben Patton. And Ben Patton, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, I could be totally wrong here. So, but he developed this to help veterans like do like a music skill to help combat PTSD with combat veterans. So
Gotcha.
like I said, if this is the same system like I think it is, what they do is they drive these, of course they pay your way to get there, and you show up, and the only people that are allowed on this ranch, veterans that have been in combat and are dealing with PTSD. So like even like the people working there have been in combat, and they teach like different people how to do like different kinds of music, either whether that's actually singing or playing music or producing music. So they teach them these skills, and it works as a therapy and a job training. And then it puts them in contact with different agents so they can continue there. It's a really cool organization, if that's the one that I think it is.
Gotcha. I have to look into that for sure.
Mhm.
Michael McDowell.
It's your turn.
This is a new scheme that we haven't seen.
501 starts? Jeez.
Yeah, he's been around a little bit.
He's only had 44 top 10s.
Only 2 race wins.
Good night. He's going against LaJoyce kind of statistics.
No, he's got 2 wins. Joy has 0. Anywho.
That's fair. But he's also ran twice as many as LaJoyce.
Hey, it's all right. So it's not, it's still got the Spire vibes, but they did change it up a little bit. If you remember last year, it was just a couple of lines that they had going on, but I kind of dig this one.
It's okay. It's better than last year, but I still can't help but see that's only 4 triangles.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep it at a 3. Feel like they could have done a little bit more, but I kind of like the way it vibes together.
I'll keep it at a 3 with you. It's not a terrible scheme. I actually kind of like it. So simplistic. I'm like, man, I could do this in Forza in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. All right. Moving on to the next one. We only got a couple more left. Next one will be Mr. Carson Hosova.
I'm gonna be honest. I do not like this scheme.
Me either.
It's very ugly to me. I'm gonna give it 2, but it's a very low 2. I almost want to.
I'm giving it a 1 because I don't know what the heck they thought about this one.
I don't know. I have no idea. I could not tell you. It's just not my favorite. It's not my vibe.
Right. Then next up, got a number that we hadn't really seen in the Cup Series in a minute, but it's back.
Yes, sir.
So Shane Van Gisbergen.
I like the contrast. I really do. I like the Red Bull. What is it? A bull? Of course, duh. It's Red Bull. I like the bull. By the headlight and the yellow sticker behind the gas cap. I'm gonna give this one a 4 lug like we did the first one for Chastain, because I need the set, because I got a good feeling we're gonna shoot over to the 99. It's probably gonna be similar.
Well, I'm gonna keep it at a 4. I'm not really gonna comment on your last statement because I've already seen the 99. But
no, it's probably something completely different.
They got that weird little yellow going on, but it's just on the number this time, so it's kind of slick. But the patterns.
Well, it's also by the headlight.
Well, yeah, and technically that wraps around the whole front of the car to the other headlight.
Yeah, kind of giving it a mask is what I always like to call that little section. But
other than that, if you look at the rest of it, it's blue instead of the gray on the other car. but it's
Yep.
all the same patterns and stuff in there.
I like it.
I
I
do
like the
too.
gray more.
think
Don't
it'll
get me
look good
wrong.
on track.
I like the gray more, but I like the blue and the yellow.
I think it'll look
Let's
good
be
on track.
honest though, Trackhouse has some pretty cool schemes that they put out.
Yeah, they
Especially with, like-
didn't pay a low tier graphic guy.
No. And that I love Trackhouse is starting to become one of my favorite teams solely because of their like I don't know, Trackhouse just has that like NASCAR energy.
Well,
Move or I will move you energy.
you ready to be disappointed?
Probably. Let's do it. Wow. Instead of running a great threesome of the same car, slightly different, they said, you know what, we'll just do 2 cars and then we'll just throw an ugly freeway scheme on the 99 because that's what we do here. Oh my gosh.
All that nice talk about their graphic designers.
It's discrimination because he's
I
Mexican,
feel like
I
the
get it.
freeway insurance scheme from last season was better.
I agree, dude. This one looks
I'm
bland.
giving it a 2.
Man, I'll stick with your 2, even though I want to give it a 1 just for solely disappointing me. Like that's some bull. You get like these 2 awesome blue and yellow schemes, and you want to ruin it by throwing this in.
Yep.
Like, listen, okay. They could have easily just took the scheme from the number 1, or even the 88, and just like put a dark blue through there, or even a black. You know, you have your black, your gray, and then just your blue.
Well, you had gray on the first one. You had the blue on the second one. I feel like you should have had this either the green that he's got on this car, or that little weird yellow.
That's what I was.
the
Okay,
main
yeah,
color.
I was gonna say, or just run it yellow with the blue number.
Yeah.
That would be way cooler than freeway.com.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
That's it, man. We did this for as long as we do a dang podcast.
That's the way it usually ends up, isn't it? These usually last about.
Well, we got a couple extra cars this time because there are a couple extra cars running. Now, next week's going to be, well, not next week, but the week after it'll be even longer because we're going to have, what, like
We might have,
9?
we might have to break that
open
one up
cars?
into 2 episodes or something.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, if you guys liked this video, be sure to like and sub. Like we said at the beginning of this episode, you're at 109 currently. This, so if you want to be our 110, we would greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. You can also follow us on our various social media. We post occasionally on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Also have a Discord, so if you want to jump into the Discord, catch some more parties, maybe Discord exclusives, stuff like that, be sure to jump in. What else you got for us, Voodoo? Is that it?
Get our merch.
Oh, that's right. We have merch. We've got shirts, sweatshirts, pants, cups, stickers. Yeah, we've got some different podcast mascots, is what I'll. We've got a one for. I was looking for my sticker. It's usually sitting right here. Around here. We got the Cucumber Cowboy, aka Denny Hamlin. Buy his sticker cups. We've got Joey Lasagna, Matty D Burrito. Who else?
Fast pasta.
Is that it? Oh yeah, Fast Pasta. I would say we're working on a couple. We have a rough sketches. You guys are probably tired of hearing that. So, who knows? We might work on them and unveil them on our Daytona.
Maybe, maybe not. We shall see.
Sure. Also, we've got some pretty different things coming up that I think you guys will enjoy. So stick around for that. Why is that so high? It's usually not in my camera. That and it's almost time to announce some giveaways for this season. We've already talked about one that we're going to be doing, but you got to jump into the fantasy to get in part of that one. We got some others. If you remember last year, we did a whole big box of giveaways. We only had two people. Two people? What was it? Three?
I
Two or
think it was
three.
only 2. Yeah.
Sign up for it, but this year I have a feeling we'll get a little bit more because I just feel like we'd get more. I'm not telling you what we're giving away just yet. Currently still trying to figure out exactly what and when and where and why and all that, getting all our ducks in a row, because this has been extremely busy, as the start of the season always does. But we're gonna make it happen, Captain.
Yes, sir.
But
Don't forget to catch our podcast live Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get all the latest news of the week. Talk about the previous race the weekend before the podcast, the race coming up the weekend after the podcast, all the news that happens in between those two. And
if you guys want to jump in the chat and talk with us live, we're more than happy to have you.
absolutely.
We've had a good guy in the chat here the last couple weeks. So if you're watching this, Houston, thanks, man, for supporting us in every way you can.
Kind of miss Braden too.
Yeah, I miss our old VIP Braden. Haven't seen him in a while. Maybe we'll catch him at the beginning of the season. Who knows? But yeah, guys, if you just want to jump in the comments and ask us questions, do stuff like that, we'd love to have you in there. If you want to get a faster response, join our Discord. That will be in the description. We're in there, and all you got to do is hit the main chat in there, and we will be right with you. If you want to watch hang on. If you want to be a part of our watch parties that we will do here and there throughout the season, it will also be through Discord. And that's just where we get together, we watch the race, we talk about what's going on. It's pretty much just like hanging out with your best friends watching a race.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who do you want to sign us out in this scheme scene?
With that being said, we are crossing the finish line of another scheme scene episode of Raise Hail Praise Dale. May your victories be many, and good night, race fans.
Yes, sir.